Good morning and welcome to Tuesday. Here we are, second day, and we're moving forward in the second of the birth narratives of Luke. How's that for a highly technical start to your Tuesday morning? This could be Technical Tuesday. We get further into the birth narrative, or Luke, Dr. Luke, who has been a traveling companion of the Apostle Paul, met up with him after the death, burial, resurrection, and ascension of Jesus. And he goes back to Israel and other places, wherever they might be, and makes connection with the people who were right there as the first-hand eyewitnesses of everything that Jesus did and taught. But he goes back even further and he establishes the background on the ministry of John the Baptist and on the birth of John the Baptist. And now we go to the second birth narrative, which is the story. A narrative is another way of saying a story, and usually it's chronological, of the birth of Jesus. And so very often we celebrate the birth of Jesus at Christmas. We actually smash 2 years and 2 months of events all into one day and focus it all in that one day. And then we get really distressed when we look at the gospel accounts of the birth and of Jesus and the surrounding events, and then get upset because they won't fit into that 1 or 2 days. And the fact of the matter is that we've taken events from 2 years and 2 months concerning Jesus and his birth and smashed them down into a couple days. And that would frustrate anybody and stress anybody. So just relax. That's not the way to approach this. This is actually a longer thing, and we've already looked at the announcement of the birth of John, the son of Zechariah and Elizabeth, and we noticed that they were, both of them, upright, wonderful people, and they were from the tribe of Levi, and from both of them, out of Aaron's household through their lineage. So now we're going to meet somebody else, and we're going to jump right in without any further ado into the birth, a faith challenge. This is always everybody in the story were tested in their faith, and everybody reading the story are tested in their faith. And how do you know? Some people turn away and go, no way. That's a faith test. And I would say possibly you didn't pass. Others will read it and say, I want to check this out. There seems to be something here. I need to look a little bit deeper. Hint, that's a better way to approach the faith test and a better way to respond to the faith test. The best way is, yes, Lord, I believe. I've looked into this. I've checked it out in every detail, and it's only inviting me to fill in the blanks by believing, and I'm going to step up and do that. The very intention of Luke, the author of Luke and Acts, is that so we might believe and know that everything that we believe is based upon historical fact and actual event. How does that make you feel? It's not just based upon some ethereal idea or noble intentions or principles bound up in an interesting story format, but it is actually historical events that elapsed on a timeline at which God was at work. And so now we move into the faith challenge that's happening in Galilee as we join the story in Luke chapter 1, verses 28 and 29. The angel went to her, who? Mary, and she was engaged, she was betrothed, she had been bound in a legal ceremony into commitment to her future husband, but they couldn't come together yet. They couldn't live together as man and wife yet. he had to go home and make preparation for his wife, and then they would have the final ceremony, which would do the deal. Nowadays, people get engaged and then go through a process of courtship and then get married, but they can break an engagement as easily as handing a ring back. In the time of Jesus and before, you had to go through a divorce in order to break an engagement. It was a legally binding contract, and it was a big deal, a big societal deal, a big legal deal, and a big emotional and deal to in a person's life. So the angel went to her, she's betrothed, she's engaged, and said, now when it says the angel went to her, we can't be certain if she knew immediately it was an angel, or was often happened within Scripture, is that quote unquote men would walk up to somebody or come along a road, and they would not know they were a messenger of the Lord, an angel of the Lord, until things unfolded later. Abraham is a prime example of that. We see it throughout the Old Testament, that angels visit, and at first it's not clear that they're actually divine messengers from another realm. It takes some things to reveal that. So we're not clear if Mary knew immediately that this was an angel from the Lord. For all she knew, it was simply a stranger coming through town. So the angel went to her and said, "Greetings, you who are highly favored. The Lord is with you." Now that sounds like a wonderful greeting. If you went around today and just practiced that with people and said, "Hello, you are blessed. The Lord is with you," and just said that, how do you think they would respond? If you did a poll, you would find that there would be a number of people, probably a large number of people, who would discount you as somewhat crazy, especially if you were a total stranger. This guy was a total stranger. If you as a total stranger walked up to somebody and said that, I think that probably more than 50%, because this is Texas and we're not nearly as suspicious, would think that we were a little strange, maybe weird, or inappropriate. Others would wonder why we were greeting them with good news, because they don't think there's very much good news going on. And so we would seem disconnected from reality. And I think the net result would be some suspicion, the idea that maybe we're loony. Hello, you are highly favored. The Lord is with you. But you know what? That is an accurate greeting that an angel can give you and I. We are highly favored. The Lord is with us. He is doing something on our behalf. He has done something for us and is doing something for us. And so the fact of the matter is, that is the reality. And hint, angels see reality. Greetings, you who are highly favored. The Lord is with you. And listen to the response. Mary was greatly troubled at his words and wondering what kind of greeting this might be. Is this a setup? Is he buttering me up for a slick sales job? Is this a traveling salesman? Is he casing the joint? Is he checking to see what I have? Is this a reputable person? Is this a disreputable person? And me, I don't occupy any favored position. I'm not royalty. I'm a girl here in a village in Galilee of the Gentiles. Us people up here are just common country folk. There's nothing special about us. So when he comes to her with this wonderful greeting, "You are highly favored, the Lord is with you," her immediate response is to be greatly troubled at his words and wondering what kind of greeting this might be. So I have a question for you to think about today by way of meditation. When the blessings of the Lord come to you, or when a greeting from the Lord of the reality of how God feels, who he is, and what he has in store for you is brought to you, Do you act or feel like there's something hidden? There's something, it can't be that good. We need to calm this down. Well, Mary was in the very same boat, and I think we can identify with Mary. Consider those words then today. You who are highly favored, the Lord is with you. And see what happens down in your spirit when you consider those words. The Lord bless you. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow as we go on with this story of the faith test that comes with the impending birth. We'll see you tomorrow.